Internet nerds love to argue about game consoles. From the PlayStation, to the Xbox, to the Wii U, greasy, grubby neckbeards can just never decide which console is the best. But what if one man decided to settle the debate? Not through meaningless, petty arguments like the rest of us, but with cold hard facts and logic.
Sup, bitches?
And in doing so, generated so much seed that he's remembered almost 2 decades later. This is Chad Warden, and this is the story of the greatest internet troll of all time.
You know who played that shit? Gay niggas.
Chad Warden created his channel on March 13th, 2007, and uploaded his first video on that same day, which was titled, Why the PS3 is Better Than the Wii and 360. And from the moment it starts, it becomes clear as day Chad was nothing like the other console debaters of his time.
Sup, bitches? Sup, bitches? It's Chad Warden here.
From the pop collar, to the slick back hair, to the Jim Jones intro, Chad really made sure to leave an impression. The other Sneeds and Chuds of the world, he wanted nothing to do with them. He was just here to lay out the cold hard truth.
I'm talking about that PS triple. The PS triple. I ain't talking about that Wii. That Wii shit.
And to do that, he started ruthlessly attacking the Wii.
That little controller, baby, that looks like a dildo. I ain't trying to play my games with no dildo. Legend of Zelda, where you walk around with a little bitch and his little bitch ass sword. Who wants to play that shit? I need to shoot some niggas. Pow.
And after, he went in on the Xbox as well.
About fans of the Xbox 360. They think they're smart as shit. We ain't doing geometry. We trying to play some games. Niggas trying to say like Gears of War. Fuck Gears of War. More like Tears of War. See that commercial? Little bitch ass commercial with that song? With that pussy ass song? Shit. True Games has some 50 Cent in the background. Some fat jokes, some ballin'. Niggas trying to talk about Halo 3. You know what I'm saying? Man, they best rename that shit to Galo 3.
And then he hits any PS triple haters with a finishing blow.
That little fat bitch trying to say that's a PS3 console. Like, what kind of poor bitch ass cardboard box is he living out of? $600 ain't shit to Chad Warden. Chad Warden wipes his ass with $600. I'll give you $600 just to shut the hell up, nigga. I can't take the Wii with me. I can't have my caddy. How am I supposed to get some honeys with the Wii? It's like, yo baby, look at my Wii. You know what they say to me? I fucking laugh. All the honeys with a PS triple.
And after annihilating these other console manufacturers, perhaps even tanking their sales, Chad hit publish on his first video. But after Chad uploaded his video, something special happened. You see, because this was 2007, the YouTube community as a whole was just a lot smaller, and because of that, the threshold for having a relatively viral video was definitely a lot lower than it would be today. This meant that a, dare I say, poorly made video like Chad's was able to blow up and gain a lot of attention. But his video wasn't just getting views or likes or comments. No. You see, on early versions of YouTube, there was a now deleted feature called the video response. And with this feature, users were able to directly respond to a video by uploading a video of their own. And to say Chad got a few angry responses would be an understatement.
We have a plague that is infesting our YouTube accounts.
Chad Warden.
Chad the Warden.
Chad Warden. Chad Warden.
We of course are talking about
Chad Warden.
Chad Warden.
Chad Warden. Chad Warden.
Chad Warden.
Yo, I just got a phone call. I heard Chad Warden was garbage.
It's the PS triple.
PS triple.
PS triple. PS triple. PS trizzle.
If your name is Chad,
I hope you get beat up. Walking to the middle of the road like this.
and it's followed by Warden,
Are you fucking stupid?
you can't say nigga at all. You just can't.
Chad Warren, you're a dumb bitch, and I hope you see this.
You still shouldn't have mentioned that fucking stupid shit.
You're so fucking stupid, bro.
You are seriously the most retarded person on this entire earth.
You're an idiot. That's all, man. Stupid idiot. He's a moron. That's all.
Chad had now become enemy number 1 on YouTube. With a whole faction of console autists now going through his throat, there was only one thing our main man could do, and that was to upload again. So 1 week later, we were gifted with Chad Warden Be Ballin'. Whereas Chad's first video was a masterpiece in verbal storytelling, in his follow-up, he didn't even speak for the first minute and a half, because he didn't need to. You see, some of the Xbox and Wii peasants thought Chad might be lying when he said he owned a Cadillac, but as we know, Chad Daddy never lies. So for most of this video, he's just driving around while his main theme plays. We fly high, no lie, you know this. Ballin', forging rides, outside, it's like showbiz. And afterwards, Chad even takes time out of his day to respond to one of the low-life peasants that had insulted him, just to show us that Chad Warden really does wipe his ass with $600.
God, get off the YouTube, get off the internet.
Oh shit. Oh shit, that ain't cash. That ain't cash money, baby. That's actually figment of your imagination, nigga. Chad Warden don't give a shit about honeys, alright? Chad Warden don't give a shit about money, alright? Chad Warden is loaded, baby. Guess who's wrong?
The Xbox and Wii cucks had now truly been silenced. There really was no retort. Near everyone was now in agreement that the PS Triple was just the best system on Earth. But seriously, after Chad made this one, the general consensus on him seemed to change. Whereas he was previously viewed as a mindless fanboy, he was now viewed more as a talented ragebaiter who actually got a lot of people angry. It's probably for this reason that a lot of the early response videos that Chad got are now deleted. All I can find of them is re-uploads. However, despite his now good perception, Chad uploaded one last time, just to turn any straggling detractors into believers. So yet another week later, we were gifted with the upload of Why the PS Triple is Better Than the Wii and 360, Part 2.
So baby, this Chad Warden. Alright. See Wizzy. Chad Daddy. Alright. Go by many different names. Big Papi. Chad Warden's been looking at the games, alright? Chad Warden all about games.
Whereas in part 1, Chad was making a lot of puns that you could be forgiven for thinking were childish, in part 2, Chad really brought his A game. I'd love to show all the funny parts of this, but I'd probably just end up showing it all. So once again, Chad levels it on the Wii.
Let's look at the Wii's games right now, alright? We got Super Mario Galaxy. We got this Mexican ass nigga that just jumped over the fucking border, running around and fixing people's toilets. We need that shit that Mario ain't even fucking Mexican. Alright, look at that nigga's mustache. Alright, nigga ain't fooling me. Alright, he may be fooling La Migra, you know, trying to tell me he's Italian, but he ain't fooling Chad Warden. Chad Warden's from H-Town. Mario Party? Shit, fuck Mario Party. Alright, that ain't no party. That's pussy ass party. Alright, that ain't even one blunt. Ain't even one blunt in that game, alright? Niggas ain't even playing beer pong. What kind of party is that? The most balling thing about that fucking game is that mushroom nigga. And you can't even eat that bitch. Super Smash Brothers. There ain't one brother in there, alright? You got your Mexican nigga Mario. You got your white bitch Peach. That shit was on that triple. Super Smash Brothers be getting like Dre, Tupac, Biggie, Nas, alright, Lil Jon,
and then goes in for the Xbox.
Devil May Cry 4. Chad Warden don't give a fuck, alright? Let that nigga cry. If y'all niggas want a game for that triple, we got like Devil May run up on a nigga.
And just before the video ends, Chad drops his most iconic line of all time.
The PS Triple stresses ABAP. Alright, I don't know y'all niggas know what ABAP means, alright?
If you don't know what ABAP means, it's the policy that Chad claims Sony has been operating under for years now. Every single game released has to be
as a baller as possible. ABAP, baby. ABAP.
And after explaining ABAP, it cuts to the outro, and Chad was never seen again. Yeah, this was the last video Chad ever uploaded to his channel. He had won the internet over, baited some fools, and Sony's stock hit an all-time high. By all metrics, Chad had won, but despite this, it was incredibly bittersweet to see Chad step away from his channel. Who knew if we'd ever see him on YouTube again? Until later that year, when the worst video of all time was uploaded, this heinous piece of filmography has since been deleted, re-uploaded, and renamed to Chad Warden Eating Sushi. What was so egregious about this, you may ask? Well, Chad Warden was captured committing the crime of talking like a normal person.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna love this. There you go. Now I'll let it dry.
Yeah, back in the day, people were genuinely surprised at this. I guess they thought that he actually spoke like a SoundCloud rapper with fetal alcohol syndrome. syndrome every day. But they already knew he was a troll at this point, so I don't know what they were expecting. After this video was found, it was deleted pretty quickly, and there were many more months of silence from Chad Warden, until in mid-2008, Chad deleted his channel, not even terminated by YouTube due to a flippant use of a certain word.
We got like, devil may run up on a nigga.
He deleted it himself, and to this day it's not known why. Thankfully all of his uploads were archived, but the original Chad Warden channel hasn't been seen in over 17 years now. But due to the cult following that Chad built up, over the following years, his legacy was not lost to time. You see, it became somewhat of a trend to edit Chad into random videos and situations. It makes sense given his various iconic lines and clips, and occasionally these edits are still made today. If I'm honest, I think most of these are pretty poorly made and not funny, but I have to respect any man that loves Chad Warden. And so for 5 more years, all was quiet on the Warden front, until February 20th, 2013, the release date of the PS Quadruple. On the day after this, a man who looks suspiciously like Chad Warden would post a photo to 4chan, holding up a card that read, February 21st, 2013, still balling. It was good to know Chad was alive and well, but over the next few years, he'd be spotted even more. There's been various Chad Warden sightings posted to Twitter of him at Super Smash Bros. Conventions. Wait, hold on a minute, Super Smash Brothers. Everyone knows there isn't even one brother in that game. They didn't even add Lil Jon yet. However, around this time, a LinkedIn account was found, with none other than our main man as his profile picture. And this was a real account belonging to Chad Warden. It revealed that he was actually an accountant of Filipino descent.
Was he Mexican?
Yeah, not Mexican as some people said. Everyone knows that Mexicans look like this. And it also revealed that he was bilingual in English and Spanish. Wait, hold on a minute, Spanish? This motherfucker is Mexican. This guy's not from Acetown, he's from Guadalajara. He lied about everything.
He may be fooling La Migra.
This account was deleted as soon as it was linked to Chad Warden. I have no idea why, really. To be honest, if I made these videos, it would be the first thing I want my employer to see. And so that brings us to our most recent ABAP escapade. If you go to r/Chad Warden and sort by top of all time, you can find a post which is titled, I interviewed with a local news station about unemployment due to COVID-19. As Chad Warden. You know that meme where it says, imagine you wake up one day and you're just the face of unemployment? Well, that was the situation that Chad Warden was in, and it wasn't even his own doing. RTV6 is a local news station based in Indianapolis, and one day in 2020, they must have really been running low on stories to break, so one of their reporters took to Reddit to find random interviewees to talk about unemployment. She settled on this man, but he wasn't exactly keen on becoming the face of unemployment, so he decided to get a bit creative.
Business after business across the city closing their doors during the COVID-19 pandemic. Chad Warden works in the service industry. An email informed him he'd need to find work elsewhere.
Unfortunately, we have to do temporary layoffs on all of you. We're all jobless now.
Warden wasn't the only one complaining about issues with the site. Many turned to the internet to vent as they tried to take care of their business.
I have to go back and basically restart over and over again. It's really annoying.
Absolutely beautiful. Chad Warden is deservedly a cultural icon. Though many may not know his name today, as soon as they learn of him, they're sure not to forget. I think it says enough that Chad's videos were uploaded before I was born, and I'm now making a video on him myself as an adult man. He probably wasn't YouTube's first troll, but he might as well have been, because seemingly, no matter how long Chad stays absent for, it's inevitable that he rears his head every couple of years. Anyway, that's all I have to say. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, comment, and thank you and good night.
I log on to GD, through the phone, because I don't be going on no PC and shit. And then I see this nigga fucking say, oh, when's this nigga gonna get on this shit?